We have Cornell versus Centrale Supelec next. So let me I don't know. Here. They waited, I think, for the tournament or for the stream, so let me see if I can follow the players. They probably shouldn't have waited because we have another match after this too. Okay, so we have a couple games going. Go Central Supelec. Yeah, GG indirect. You played well. GG to John, Ken. GG to LSU and UTRGV. But yeah, here we have Cornell versus Central Supelec. So we've never streamed Central Supelec before. This is one of the teams from France. So that's pretty exciting. We have two teams from France actually in the league, which is really cool. And this is one of the two. So yeah, this is Division 3 match, I believe. I still have to check what the heck is happening with the other match. So apologies for that really quick. Okay. So I'm ready to focus now. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. I think I'm following all the players. Might be missing one of the boards, but here we got Blue Sky 6. I don't know if that's Blue Sky or Blusky. So what's happening here? Let me look. We got Blue Skies, a top board from France, 2303. Division 3 is still pretty competitive. So, like Division 1, you have to have a team average of over 2200. Division 2 is like just under that. Cornell might be missing a player, which would be unfortunate for them. But yeah, I mean, UTRGV, they were missing a player. All right, I guess Cornell is filling in a player. Oh, what a mess. Oh, Tyler. Tyler's a really strong player. Dang. So that actually helps Cornell a lot. But it will cost him a penalty point, but I think it's totally worth it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, what's happening in this game? Looks like Zauer is actually... Wait, Zauer's like crushing. Zauer's a board 4, crushing him Blue Sky. Board 1 for Centrale. So what exactly happened here? Bishop takes, rook takes. Wow. Wait, why not go back? Because pawn push? Oh my god. Huge blunder from black. There goes another piece. Queen here. Maybe you take here. Only 50 seconds. Oh, we have a result. Kiara beat Malls. Look at that profile picture. My goodness, from Canada. A Chess Bra fan. Malls from France going down. So yeah, black had too many pieces. All right, back here. Bretis tuning in for Centrale. Good to see it. Love to see it. Let's give Kiara the point. So Cornell taking the initial lead, the first point. Ah, 94 QA with the point. Let's see what happened in this game. Trade of rooks, little knight shuffle, trade of queens. A sacrifice here. Didn't pan out for black. Yeah, and they just missed this piece. So 94 with the point for Centrale, tying things up. That's actually a big upset there. Board 4 getting a point, and looks like the board 4s are upsetting the board 1s on both teams. All right, John Ken fitting in with the Centrale Supelec fans. Doesn't want to cheer for Cornell. Rook takes is a thing, but there's rook f3. But only 15 seconds for Zauer. King up. This works too. Queen back. It's queen f2 now. There's check here. King over. Queen block. Interesting. Only 12 seconds though. Queen check. D6, opening up the bishop now. Bishop f7 is going to hurt. Yeah, blue sky is going to go down. Zauer. Force the queens off. Okay. I liked bishop f7 better. But, okay, looks like we're going to promote this. No way for black to stop. You got to take the bishop. Yeah. Or with the bishop. Now rook takes. So up 2 pieces plus some pawns. Black is running out of hope. I mean, there's always the flag potential. Rook wants to come here with this, but the rook is defending that. So check, king here. Check. A 94, king here. Oh, there's a fork. Hoping for stalemate. No pawn moves. There goes all the pawns. No. Oh, they're gaining time. Pushing pawns. The speed at which they're playing makes me fear for stalemate. I don't know. You can make a queen. Check and... Oh. Check, and mate. Alright. Oh, blue sky offering the draw. Resigns, okay. So board 4 with an upset. Big point for Cornell. Here we go. So Tyler is filling in as a board 3 for Cornell. So Cornell's taking a penalty point to make a late substitution. Mouse slipped the draw. They did resign very quickly after the draw offer, so. Alright, so we have a trade here. White's going uncastled. King takes. Black looking to fianchetto. Pressure on the knight. Control the dark squares. Knight in looking at the fork. There's a knight check here if you want it. How do you stop this? Maybe you just go here. Then here's annoying, maybe. Ooh, we got some French speakers. Blue sky dishes. I don't know. They resigned really quickly. Go Tampi. Yeah, Tampi is the leader for France. Do we have any Blitzstream fans? Have you got any Blitzstream emotes? Say la Hesse. I don't, I don't know any French. I know oui. Oui means yes. What else? Do I know anything else? I know en passant. That's a French word. Baguette. We got a couple French email. Blue skies in the chat. Don't you have a game? Who do you play next? You just lost. You play Tyler next. Okay, you're waiting on this one. All right, you can be in the chat. You got some MVL emotes. Always offer a draw. I don't know if I agree with that one, but all right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being hopeful. Ah yes, Tempe. Love to see the support. You guys, you'll give Centrale Supelec the energy they need. So bishop attacking the rook. Tempe is up a pawn. They're up a pawn. The bishop's hitting the rook, so the rook saves itself, scoots over to the semi-open c file. This knight has to guard the pawn. I think white can start an attack here on the queen side. I think this might be good. No, we have a rooklet. This is a very awkward move, but it seems that white wants to direct their attention to the f file. Go after this f pawn here. So black can play e6, kick the knight out. Take my energy. John being very supportive. Louisiana is a very French state as far as American states go. I take your energy. Okay. We got some energy transfer. Baton Rouge is red. I didn't know that. I'm afraid to say some of these French words. I hope you guys are behaving. Okay, the knight wants to go to e6, hitting this and this. And after knight takes, if the rook recaptures, then the pawn falls. So probably we want to move the bishop. Okay, bishop e5 is a solid move. Both players at 2 minutes. Tyler's looking to see if he can get a pawn back somehow. Knight here is still possible, but probably not very good. Because after rook here, the knight just has to leave again. Tyler's spending a lot of time here. He's thinking, do I want to allow this trade? Do I want to move the knight back? I want to bring my other rook into the game. Okay, double the rook. So if takes, pawn here defends. Black would have a pretty strong center with all these pawns. So we do see the trade. Black is simplifying, saving the pawn. Maybe, yeah, g4 looks pretty solid. Now maybe a knight move, knight e7, supporting this. So now this bishop might want to reroute, but you don't want to go here, you'll get forked. If takes here, probably rook takes or knight takes. Probably you don't want to take with the pawn, you want to leave these pawns intact. So you want to take with either the knight or the rook. Both are good. Oh, computer like knight d5. That would have been bad too. You would take with knight. Alright, so looks like white wants to play a5, lock the bishop in. But yeah, black is doing well. They're up a pawn. Really strong knight here on f5. And there's no pawns to attack either of these things. So maybe king d3. Put your king opposite the knight. Rook takes f5 wins for sure. Earlier. Okay, rook here. Rook here to double up. Okay, attacking the rook. Rook here. Double on the G file. Under a minute for Tyler. Tyler's also the captain. So this is the battle of the two captains here. Of the two teams. Tampy has the rating advantage. But both players now under a minute. Tampy's thinking. This move, yeah. Knight e7 is really nice because the knight wants to come to d5 with tempo on the bishop, as well as fork, or not fork, but a trade here. Or a check, I should say. So both players still under a minute. The bishop's hit, so you either defend the bishop with the pawn or you save the bishop by moving it. Maybe you go here. Yeah, this I'm not a big fan of because takes, maybe rook here, maybe check, rook block. But anyway, trades are good for black. Although this pawn is hanging actually. This bishop has to move. Now this is hanging. So we could see knight takes, king takes, rook here. Pawn push instead. Now bishop comes here, boxing out the knight moves. So there's no knight check anymore. And now probably the rook wants to go here, is my guess. So rook left hitting the pawn. Let's see rook here. No, rook here attacking this. So rook takes, and that's a pass pawn, and it promotes on a dark color square, which is important because we have a dark squared bishop. So 25 seconds to 20 seconds. Takes. Rook here hits this. We can go here. Check first. And now here, very interesting move. You take this with check now. There's this check, king up. There's this check, king up. So Tampy is up 2 pawns, but this is a passer. I don't know what this bishop move was. I don't like this move. Only 15 seconds now, hitting the bishop. Okay, saving the bishop, attacking the pawn. There's rook here. Maybe rook back here though. Okay, hit this. That's a check. King up. This pawn's gonna hang. Tampy now way low on the clock. The tides might be turning. Now we can take on d6. You don't want to trade. Check. Hit the knight. Rook defends it. There's a check. 5 seconds for Tampy. Still up a pawn. The bishop's hit. Rook here. Oh, the bishop hangs. Bishop hangs. They didn't take the bishop. Time pressure. Pawn push. They still didn't save it. Tampy takes it on the second time. Pawn's still pushing, but rook. Oh, skewer. Big skewer. Wow. Tyler in time pressure couldn't hang with Tampy. Tampy getting the job done. Tying the score up for Centrale Supelec. 2 points apiece after round 1. We do have a round 2 game here. Kiara versus 94 QA. Quan on. I don't know if I said that right. Tampy too strong. GG. So yeah, Tyler coming in hot off the bench, or perhaps cold off the bench. Wasn't able to get the job done against the higher rated Tampy. Here it looks like White's doing really well. This is gonna hang. No, this is hanging. Save the take here. Yeah, with tempo. Oh, going here instead. Offer a rook trade. But yeah. Oh, this is a mate threat. Oh, but that's a free rook. Oh my goodness. All right. 94 with the big blunder. So Kiara answers back for Cornell. 2-0. Taking the lead back. Here we have Mark Hollis versus Malls. You castle with the bishop, that's right. It's a new move. Okay. So f4 is in here for white. Both sides castle, king side. This pawn is backwards, boxing in the bishop. Even material. Both players over 2,000 rated. The knight's going to be happy here on e5, I believe. Yep, so you don't want to take because then you're going to get forked. So bishop steps back, doesn't want the knight to trade for it. Although I would say that this knight is much better than this bishop. h3. Interesting move, a little time waster. Pressure here now. If you go here, you might lose this. Although, I will say, we have bishop takes with check, potentially. So, we could move the king so that queen takes doesn't come with check. King here, knight takes, queen takes, bishop takes. And you're winning the queen there. So, you gotta be careful. That's if the king steps aside. Black is threatening to take right now. Because after takes, this comes with check. So there's no time to take here. So, how does white defend this? You can also take this knight, although it's probably not that good. You want to leave this knight here. You can move the bishop. You can move the king. Other than that, I think you're going to lose a piece. You could move the knight, but that wouldn't be very good. So the king steps aside. I'm not so happy with h2 because you're opposite this bishop now. Probably king h1 was a little bit more accurate, but this does defend the d-pawn, and white wants to play probably b3, bishop b2, get on this diagonal maybe. That, or maybe you bring the queen up. No, you don't want to allow knight here. Maybe you go here, here, here. But yeah, for as long as this king is here, with checking distance of the bishop, this pawn is protected. So black is not going for this. Black is just simply continuing their development. Mals has a minute advantage over Mark. We got all games underway for round 2. We have Blue Sky versus Tyler here. This game just started. Blue Sky with an unfortunate loss to the board 4 from Cornell's B team. Now up against the sub board 3 Tyler, looking to get their first points. Both of these players are actually. So if Cornell's bottom board can beat Blue Sky, maybe Tyler can too. But yeah, Tyler's gonna look to get their first points on the board here for the French team. Let's check on Tampy. Tampy with the exciting win over Tyler in that last game. Now playing against Zakir Ahmad, who beats Blue Sky in the first round. So both players are fully developed now. This is looking like a pretty close match. Tampy under a minute and a half below their opponent. Gonna have to pick up the pace at some point. Here we have f5. We see en passant. Yes. You know, when a French player plays en passant, it feels more official. I love knight c5 here for white. Knight c5 is a beautiful move. Hitting this. And also now knight g5. Lots of pressure on e6 and pressure here. So also like pressure on this diagonal. Rook e1's really good. So yeah, f5, really questionable decision for black, allowing the French player to take en passant. And now e6 is super weak. Very weak pawn here. And yeah, taking here comes with tempo as well. Knight g takes e6. Open up this diagonal. Rook here maybe knight f. Yeah, knight f4. Really powerful move. Queen here as well. This is threatening checkmate. Tampy is popping off right now. Beautiful moves being played on the board. This is a huge advantage for white. And it all starts thanks to that f5 en passant move. So, who knew en passant would be this strong? All right, so how do we proceed here? I still like this knight f4 move. We can have a rook lift as well. Two minutes for Tampy. Let's check back on with Blue Sky. Let's see how this game has progressed. Okay, lots of pressure on c6. Black can push this. It's white's turn though. Bring the rook opposite the queen. Yeah, c5 is a decent move. Maybe the knight f5. Let's check in Mark and Malse. Malse? I don't know. I shouldn't try. Okay, I was thinking we could take here, but the knight needs to defend this. The queen's hitting this. Rook here hits the queen. Defends b2. I like this move a lot for white. Yeah, this is looking really bad for black, actually. So once the queen moves, then probably we take here. We go queen h4. Yeah, queen h4 threatens check and mate. So maybe this, but then queen check, king here, rook lift. Yeah, this is looking really good for white. Only a minute though. We'll see. Mark should be able to close this one out. Yeah, let's see what they play. Yeah, queen h4. Really powerful. Bishop back. Okay, this defends both, but there goes the e6 pawn. Hits the rook. Rook lifts. There's bishop here. Oof. Yeah, you might have to just give up the exchange. This is looking really, really tough for Malse. Let's check back with Tampy. Knight check. Let's see. Tampy, did they sacrifice? Knight takes, knight takes. So the king steps aside. So they went with f4. Wow, that was not very good, was it? Oops. Okay, give the exchange back. Okay, so the material's been balanced. Tampy has half the time their opponent does. Less than that. It's a very interesting game so far. Queen here, maybe? No, the queen defends that. Still. What are the threats? Bishop here to here for white. That's pretty annoying. So rook here. Maybe this? No, you don't want to drop that, but check. Yeah, Tampy's position is not as good as it was. Only 30 seconds. Hits the rook, but now... Yeah, rook e2. Rook e2. That's pretty tough. Can we play g3? G3 and then probably queen here. Yeah, Zara might win this one. There's g3 on the board, and now, I mean, you could still start with check. But yeah, probably queen c6 now. Queen c6 lights out. I don't know what you would do there. Ah, blue sky won against Tyler. Okay, so let's see. Trade in the center. Trade here. That's a free pawn. That's a free knight. Lose your knight, but you win a pawn. And yeah, rook here is next. So GG to blue sky. We got Mark and Malse. So this looks good for white. Tripled up here. Queen. No, hit this. Hit this. Bishop back, defending. Yeah, you're just up a rook. White is up a rook. A clean rook. Oh, Tampi lost their game. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Okay. So let's give a point to blue sky. Let's give a point to Zauer. The bottom board for Cornell is 2 out of 2 against the top 2 players. There we have a mate for Mark. So the top board from Cornell gets a point. So both teams' top boards get a point. Cornell B, though, taking a 2-point lead after 2 rounds. Going into the third round. So we're over halfway done with the match. Centrale needs a comeback here. Cornell's bottom board doing really well. So now we got Mark versus Tampi. We have an English opening from the Frenchman. Players flying through the opening here. Both sides castle king side. Both sides with the fianchetto. Black's going to think a little bit here. Probably want to push one of the pawns. Get the bishop out. D6. Ready to bring the bishop out. Now white needs to get this bishop out. So we have D4. Takes back. Pre-moved. So gaining time on the clock from Tampi. A6. H3. So a couple waiting moves from the players. And now E5 from black. We can push. We can take. Probably don't want to take. We can also defend and develop. So what's Tampi thinking of here? Both these players rated 2,000. This is Cornell's top board. They're 1 out of 2. They lost to the bottom board from Centrale. All right, bishop e3. Solid development move. Just reinforcing the center. Pawn takes, probably will take with the knight. Try to trade off here, get the bishop on the long diagonal. Black just continuing their development here. Rook over. Maybe now we could see this trade. Yeah. So now taking, opening up the queen. So if they take and we take, then their rook has moved twice. So that it's like white has gotten a free move. GG. Blue sky in the chat saying GG to blue sky. You love to see it. So they take with a knight. This puts pressure on c4, but this also just leaves the d pawn backwards and isolated and weak. So here we could play maybe b3. Maybe we could play a development move with the queen. So b3 is played. You got to watch out for the knight and the rook lined up here with the bishop. But there are 2 knights in the way. And this knight's also defended by this knight. So it's not a big deal. Probably white will want to develop the queen at some point and put the rook on d1. Just really getting up on this isolated pawn. So yeah, this is going to be a weakness in black's position for a while. White has 2 pawn chains, 2 pawn islands. Black has 3. Take care, John. Thanks for being here, and good games earlier. Appreciate it. Shout out to John Ken. If you guys want to check out his stream, you guys should do it. Gonna play some Valorant. Nice, dude. We should play sometime. All right, rook c1, opposite the queen. No, bishop develops, so rooks are connected for Mark. This knight's coming in here. At least one of the 2 knights is going to d5. Just blockading this pawn. All right, knight to d5. Either knight. Probably from the c file. Okay, from the f file, knight takes immediately, then knight takes. So probably didn't matter too much in the long run. Little transposition here. Probably queen. Okay, queen d2 now. Not as good. Oh, bishop fork. Yeah, 100%. You are giving up the a2 pawn, but you're winning material. So yeah, black missed this. Ooh, check here. Taking the bishop. Isolating these 2 pawns, opening up the g file. This is really good for Tampy. So yeah, if Tampy can get a point here against the top board from Cornell, that'd be pretty good. There goes the b7 pawn. Up in exchange. Bishop's going to be really well placed here. This pawn's very weak. Queen here comes with the fork as well. So what does black do at this point? Ah, resigns. Wow. Doesn't even want to play on there. Let's check out blue sky. The Tampy, 2 points now out of 3. Ooh. White's looking good here. Takes. Probably take with the f pawn. Yep. So now, yeah, white has the much more active pieces. Probably bishop here. A rook here. Yeah, here. Hitting this, hitting this. We can give check first. Rook c6 as well is pretty good. Actually, rook c6 defends g3. Because if bishop takes, we have rook takes fork with check. Wow, white finds it. So now you cannot take on g3. You should defend this. Probably with the king move. King steps up. Probably this king steps up too. Yeah, king here. And now, how do you defend a6? Do you want to go here or here? Okay, they decide for a8. This is really passive though. This is pretty weak. So now you want to bring this bishop in, probably. Here. Play here. So yeah, white is dominating the activity, and they're up 2 pawns as well, which is really nice. Let's check on the bottom board. Whoa, their bottom board's 2075. Centrale Supelec's really strong. What? Every player is 2000. This is a strong Division 3 team. They must have been really close to D2. Wait. What is this move? Was there like a mate threat or something? Is the queen trapped here? Oh my god, the queen is trapped. Oh my god. What a queen trap. Knight e5. That's so nasty. That is crazy. Tyler was down, and now they're up a queen. That is wild. It's a queen for a rook and 3 pawns. Okay, now only just 2 pawns. But bishop developed somewhere. Here, here. Here, here. Yes. This isn't great. This isn't great for Quan. I think you could take this. I think you can take this. They're trying to get rook f1, but I think there's knight d2 fork. If rook takes, queen takes. If rook takes, queen takes. If you move the king, knight takes. So yeah, knight d2, GG. Tyler sees it. Wow. Oh, we had a point from Marseille. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I'm sorry. Fork. And resign. All right, so Tyler gets a point, their first point of the day. And Marseille gets their first point of the day. We saw Blue Sky versus Kiara. Yeah, Tyler's game was really nice. That knight move just trapped that queen. It was crazy. So Cornell is up 1 point. They were up 2. Looks like Blue Sky is doing well here. Still very active pieces. This king is cut off from the rest of the board. These pawns are very advanced in the center. This pawn might start to run a little bit. That's a fork. We have a check to save the pawn, but now the king can lift. Oh, we might have e5 now. Yeah, kick this out. Bishop here. King e4. Or d5. Yeah, d5, d6, d7, d8, etc. You know. Okay, check. King backwards. There's another check. There's pawn push. There's a check here. There's just d6 is looking really good. I'm not as big a fan as this one, but this is still fine. King move. Cause I like the d6, right? Huh. Yeah, like now the bishop covers all of this, right? You see how much better like this comes with check, right? Yeah. But this comes with that and that. That's much stronger. This and now this bishop's really well placed. So now the rook has to go here. But now you play d6 and now there's king takes e6. So yeah, Blue Sky missed the d6 opportunity. b3, now the rook gets behind the pawn. So now there's check and push. Also go here, here, here. Okay, king here. Pawn push. And then king here. Then here. And then here. And then here. And then here. Yeah, push. I would go here. But also, they're not threatening to promote, so you could also maybe go king c4. King c4, maybe bishop here. Both players under a minute. So king c2. There's bishop a3. Bishop here, hitting. Wait, but now rook takes. No, wait, rook. defending. Can you take this? No. This king's here. What about this? Oh, here? Ooh. Hitting this. Check, take here, maybe? Rookie. Okay, rook here. Rook check. This should be winning for white now, up 2 pawns. Yeah, rook f7 was really strong. Check, check. Again, rook, yeah, rook here to here, or push. I would take here. Take this, takes with check. King here, check, or check. King, yeah, take here. Rook here. Maybe pawn push, I don't know. Check, rook here now. Yeah, don't even give that up. So blue sky should tie things up here after round 3. But still both players under 20 seconds. We could see a skewer. Yeah, go here. Oh, I guess the bishop was here. Check, but okay. Ah, it takes here, defends. Very nice, very nice. King here. There's another check. Check, push. King up now, and then check, force the king backwards. Rook here. Pawn push. Threatening this check. Check first, and then check, and then take. Or this, threatening mate. That's mate. Mate in 1. Oh, missed. Okay, force the rook off. Just don't stalemate. Ah. Alright, blue sky, 2 out of 3. Tying things up. And remember, Cornell has a penalty for substituting Tyler in late. So, if the match remains tied, Centrale Supelec will win on tie breaks. So, Cornell has to win the match by a score of 9-7 in order to win. So they need 3 out of the next 4 games. Follow me. I was watching you, man. I was watching your whole game. We saw the whole thing. We got you. So now you're playing up against Mark Hollis in this 4th and final round. These 2 players started early, so we'll watch this one for a little bit. These are the 4th boards. So Zakir has been doing great for Cornell B, winning 2 out of their previous 3. Quan On, like, they've only won 1 out of 3, but they were beating Tyler for sure, I believe. And then Tyler had a really nice comeback with the queen trap. So, yeah, Centrale Supelec, they're poised in a good position. They just need 2 out of the next 4 to win. They just need 2 wins here. All right, both players at 2 minutes. We got all 4 games underway in the final round. White seems to be a bit more active here. This knight is pretty bad for black. This knight's pinned. This knight's pretty active. Queen here to come out this way. Queen here, okay. Yeah, I like queen c2 for whatever reason. Do have to watch out though. This knight would potentially be hanging after rook takes d1, if rook takes, queen takes. So but yeah, you get out of this pin, but the knight's still pinned to the rook. Maybe considering knight takes, queen takes. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know if that leads to anything. Might be safe. So knight goes back, hits the queen. Final round in this match here. Where's the queen gonna go? Zakir's thinking here. Under a minute now. Let's check out the other boards. We got Malse versus Tyler. This king's missing a g-pawn. Queens are off the board though. Bishop e3 makes a lot of sense. Pawn push, keeping things closed. Bishop e6 is going to be annoying. Black and castle queenside if they want. Okay, immediately contesting this, trying to open the g-file. Although the bishop controls g8. Ooh, that's a strong move from white. It's not so easy to see though. Let's check out blue sky. Said to find. Oh, did they? No, they went here. So I'm not the biggest fan of this. I like g takes f5. So after e takes, we might have knight here. Let's check on, yeah, blue sky. So let's see. Oh, Mark is doing great. I don't know if blue sky wants us to watch. Mark is up 2 pawns. Breaking through in the center. e6. e6 is gonna hurt. Like if you go bishop back, there's rook takes. So probably rook takes. Okay, takes here. Okay, now you can go here maybe. But look at this pawn. It's passed. It's protected. It's on the 6th rank. It's controlling f7. Yeah, probably rook takes c1. Queen takes. Bishop takes. And then knight here. Right? So you cannot take on e6. Saber, thanks for the follow. Okay, bishop here. Leaving the rooks on. Let's go back here. This game's almost over. Zakir versus Quan. Okay, trade on d1. Queen's hit. Queen check. Rook in. Nope, takes here. Okay. White's up a piece. This knight's very annoying. Queen's here to defend. Rook over here looking at this. Rook here, but now, okay, check. King up. Check again. Here, maybe? Here. There's another check. Rook here hits the queen. Queen check. Move the king back. There's another check. King back up. Another check, a little repeat. Do you go for the draw or do you go for more? You're up a piece. Oh, queen back. Wait. Queen check. King here. Rook g3. Oh my god. Black had rook g3. Rook g3 was disgusting. Queen mate. Oh no. Zakir, 3 out of 4. Kwon goes down. Unfortunate. Won a piece and couldn't close it out. Getting mated. That knight and rook combo was really strong for Zakir. All right. Trying to trade knights here. If knight takes, queen takes. How's Tampy doing against Kiara? Kiara has 2 out of 3 points. Ooh, knight takes here. Nice. Discovery. So how does white respond to this? Okay, save the queen. So Tampy's up a pawn now. Trade here. Queen takes. Knight goes back. We can win this pawn back, maybe, but then we lose c4. So maybe here. Okay, knight over here. Yeah, I like black's position for sure. Let's check on Malse and Tyler. How's this one going? Tyler's looking good here. But white has a bishop pair. You don't really want to take on f4 because the rook on e1 is going to be really strong as this e file opens up against the king. Okay, d5. You could actually take. If takes, probably just rook takes. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's too much. If it looks fun though. It looks fun. Only 50 seconds from Malse. Okay, so bring the knight back. Knight takes, pawn takes. Yeah, strong center for black. And strong time advantage for Tyler as well. Let's check on blue sky, only 30 seconds. So what's going on here? Okay, so white is down a knight, but white has this e7 pawn. And also white has a ton of time. Queen check. Queen covers this. King back. You can force the queens off, but it's probably not that good. Maybe rook here. Maybe queen. I don't know, somewhere. Maybe rook f3. Yeah, rook f3 is found. So if takes, there's check. If nothing, there's queen check and make a new queen. Knight d7. Knight d7. Oh, queen e5. King here. Oh, rook up. Oh, Tampy won. Tampy won their game. So Tampy goes 3 out of 4. Let's see really quick. We won by resignation. Here and fork. Nice. All right. What's happening in this game? Is Mark going to find some check? Check here. I don't know. I like rook f4 a lot. Okay, queen check, king g7 forced. Queen f6. Queen d4 check. Force the king over. Yeah, I like this. That looks really nice. So queen d4 instead. So king chooses. Okay, here. Again, you have, I mean, what is up with this? I like rook f4 still. Rook f4. You don't want to repeat. The match is tied 7-7. What's happening here? I'll say 18 seconds. Tyler looks really good here. Ooh, c5 would have been strong. Right here, black's threatening mate, right? I mean, look at how strong black's position is with these rooks on the g file. Very low time. Tyler has a time advantage. Blue sky now thinking, oh, they won the queen. They're attacking the rook. Blue sky's going to lose this one. They're going to flag. So Mark gets the point. It all comes down to this. 8-7. Final game. Both players at 20 seconds or less. What is happening? If Tyler wins this, Cornell wins. Centrale Supelec needs a win here. Remember the penalty point. Okay, take the knight. No, so keeping the bishop pair. Oh, that's a huge fork. That's why you take the knight. That's why you take the knight. Why would you go here? You're opposite this too. Tyler's up in exchange and a pawn now. Tyler's going to win this for his team. Oh my goodness. There goes a pawn. Bishop check. King over. Bishop. Wait. You could have taken that. Oh, you're hitting this. Now take with check. Oh my god. What is happening? Oh, that's a huge fork. Oh my god. Up a rook for a pawn, dude. You could wait, you can't say that. Wait, how are you gonna make progress? A draw would be a tie after the penalty point. So Marseille needs a draw here. It's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be hard. Oh, there goes your pawn. That's not it. You needed to save the pawn. Oh, he got the draw. He got the fork. He forked the king. The pawn was poisoned. Oh my god, the last trick. Oh, what a tactic. Oh man. I thought you wanted to hold on to that pawn, but no, the rook was hanging. You needed to give rook check first, then take the pawn. Wow, what a trick. And with the penalty point, Centrale Supelec actually ties the match. So Cornell was missing a player. So they take a penalty point to tie it. Well, 8.5. So final score is going to be 7.5 to 7.5. What a game. What a match. So well done to both these teams. Wow.